first it's finding like what are the journalists that make the most sense to reach out to, right? And then we'll verify that list with the customer. And then after that, we'll figure out like what are the emails to reach out to. That's a whole task in and of itself, right? That the automation we've now been able to automate. Um, but yeah, and then after that, we kick off like the research on the journalist. You don't want to just send a generic message to a journalist because they won't respond to it, right? They get 100 to 500 emails in their inbox, right? So you want to make sure you craft it and cater it to the angle or the beat that they report on. So that's really, really important. And obviously, AI has a tendency to hallucinate. So it's very easy for it to hallucinate articles that don't even exist. So we always do a human check through everything. And then also AI slop, right? I think a lot of journalists are very sensitive. They write for a living, so of course they're very sensitive to like things that are generated by AI or it's very clear a human didn't review it. So we take a lot of care and precision into making sure every message like is human reviewed. Yeah, so we do that whole process. And yeah, that's how, and then we just wait until we get a response. We'll do follow-ups as well, right? A lot of times, I think a lot of people don't know this, especially designers. But like it's not just the first message. You have to follow up. You have to be quite persistent, right? Like 2, 3 times, even up to 4 or 5 times. That's normal for salespeople. But for other people who are not in sales, it feels very like annoying almost and spammy, right? But sometimes that's just what needs to be done to stand out in a very cluttered inbox. So we do follow-ups as well as part of the automation and then we just wait until we get a response. I think there needs to be a human in the loop to review everything at the end of the day. But I mean, at the end of the day, if I think the AI will like continuously improve, right? The base models, obviously, but also like our own specific for our own specific use cases, right? Like if we give it feedback, like overall, it should be able to improve. And so yeah, I think like there will still be a human at the end of the day to review, but eventually what I imagine is AI will like in the process will get so good that like all the human needs to do is just like do a very quick glance and there will be minimal mistakes or minimal modifications and it's good to go. But yeah, so right now like this is the interface that the user is interacting with is either a group chat with me and my co-founder or an email thread with me and my co-founder, right? That's their dashboard. That's how they get updates. So we're being very scrappy. We don't have the dashboard built out, but your intuition is correct. So like in the future, like ideally everything is through like an interface, like a dashboard, and they can track like, oh, like this is how long it's like they can get and dive into as specific as they want, right? Like these are the top engaged journalists. These are all the messages I sent out today. And this is what I'm waiting on. This is what like journalists or outlets that I've already landed. Yeah, everything would be tracked there and they'd be able to interact with the agent. What we imagine is the agent will basically run quietly in the background, but you're able to track it, like everything that it's doing, right? And then you can give real-time feedback if you feel like it's falling off the tracks at whatever point.
Now and next.